What is going on, everybody? We are back with another CCW review. This is Nick,
And I'm Joe.
and this is our Raw review for March 2nd. Well, when the time flips over, I almost always mess that up. Almost always.
Yeah, well, you were 1 minute into the new day. We almost made it same day.
Almost. If work didn't get in the way. So I have a fun story to start before we actually get into the show. So something that happened to me today. So I had to go into the office, which, for those of you that don't know, I work from home. And I only have to go into the office at most like once every 4 to 5 months. So I go into the office, and on the way home, I decide that I'm going to stop and grab a burger at Rally's. However, I don't have a lot of money, so I don't message anybody or ask if anybody else wants some.
You selfish prick.
It happens. Now, what makes the story funny is, so I go into Rally's, I get my food, I pull into a parking spot so I can eat before I come home, because Rally's is literally like a 3-minute drive, and I got 2 burgers, and I want to eat my burgers real quick. So I park, and there's a line of cars, and I park, and as I park and I start to get my food out of the bag, I look over in one direction, and there's 2 cars to my right, and both of them have only other guys sitting in them eating. I look over.
They're all hiding from home.
I look over to my left, and there's another guy in that car, and he's sitting in there eating. And I laugh because I'm like, I'm not the only one.
Just a bunch of depressed dads in a parking lot eating their rallies, thinking, I don't want to go home.
The difference is I
And
was
then
looking.
no had rallies.
The difference is I was looking forward to going home. It was just I didn't want to buy a whole bunch of people food, so I just laughed to myself. I was like, "That's funny." Well, I got to go buy groceries,
That is funny.
so like I only spent like $6 on a couple burgers for me. If I'd have bought everyone food, that's less groceries for me to cook everybody else food. So there's math there.
Oh, I get the economics of it. Oh, sorry. Oh, my sleep has been crap.
For those of you that don't also know, my first paycheck pretty much all goes to bills. So like the first is not a good time.
Say it's the poor part of the month when all my bills are due.
The 15th, though, I feel like I'm rich.
That getting paid twice a month thing. It's great.
Yeah. Anyways, now that we've established that I'm a terrible human being. So Monday Night Raw.
Pretty new.
So Monday Night Raw. We start off with an in-ring segment that was almost good. Almost. And then Austin Theory had to talk.
Yeah. We were messaging throughout the show. Well, throughout me watching the show. He needs to go back to NXT and just get a complete reboot.
So like the Vision comes out, Heyman's mad, and he wants to talk about Seth. And the crowd sings Seth's song, and Heyman's like, I hate that song, and I hate Seth. And he's mad that Seth stole the main event from Paul. And Heyman's like, the next time Seth is in the ring, we're going to stomp his ass out. At which point, he hands the mic to Austin Theory. And Austin Theory's like, here's my theory. And immediately I'm like, oh, that was terrible. Please never do that again. Never. Like, I don't.
Man still needs promo classes.
And then he's like, the crowd starts chanting, Theory sucks. And dude, he gives the most playground basic fucking insult back to the people. And it's not even, he's just like, oh, you can't say that right now. Seth isn't in the ring. And I'm like, whoever's writing this kid's lines needs fired.
Yeah. Yeah. He is not a wordsmith, that's for sure.
Like, we're probably like a week or 2 away from him being like, I'm rubber and you're glue and whatever you say to me bounce. Like, if he does that, dude, I swear to God, I will stop watching Raw.
Well, I mean, Roman Reigns said suffer and succotash, so.
And I wasn't watching wrestling then. Thank fuck. All right. I missed that. Yeah. I mean, I've seen it. Don't get me wrong, but I missed it when it happened live. At that point, Pierce comes out, and Pierce is like, y'all need to bounce. Thank you for saving me. Blamed everything about that happened on Jay on them because he thought it was them that hurt Jay the other day. Heyman got all pissed off and threw the mic at him because he was like, it wasn't us, and he like launched it. At that point, a hooded guy came out, and security chased off the hooded guy. another hooded guy came out, and he got chased off by Logan. And at that point, another hooded guy comes out, and he gets chased off by Theory, which leaves Heyman in the ring. And I loved how this played it out, dude. It was amazing timing on all of it.
Yeah, if we could have just not had Austin Theory talk, this segment would have been pretty darn good.
And then another masked guy comes in the ring from behind, and he takes off his mask, and it's Seth Rollins with a chair. And he hit him with a chair, and at that point he curb stomped him. And fun fact, which was also mentioned later on in the show, this is the same city that Roman ate a chair in.
Oh, is it the same? I know it's the same one that the Shield debuted in too.
It's the same city that. By the way, we live in Indy, guys. We didn't go to the show because fuck that.
Yeah, nobody's got $300 for bleach for nosebleeds.
But it's the city where the Shield debuted, and it's the city where Seth hit Roman. So there's some history there. But yeah, he curb stomped him, and then paramedics came out and they went to commercial break. Now, we weren't quite done with all of this. We come back from commercial break, and Paul Heyman has a fake bloody face sitting in the back of the ambulance, and both Logan Paul and Austin Theory come up, and they're like, "Oh, they're trying to get into the ambulance, and everything's going crazy, and they're yelling at the paramedics, and everybody's yelling at them." And then Paul's like, "Hey, I'm going to go get the car," and Theory's like, "All right," so he goes and gets the car, and then all of a sudden, Jimmy comes from out of a car and starts beating the hell out of Theory, who's by himself. He knocks Theory out of the picture, and then all of a sudden you see Jimmy walk over to the side, the driver door of the ambulance, and fucking LA Knight pokes his head out, and he's like, "Yeah, I know where they're going. Yeah." And he just takes off, almost takes out a fucking equipment guy in the background, which was amazing. So he's now
ambulance driver.
He's now Undertaker.
This is some attitude era type shit, man.
Dude, I loved it. I was so giddy about the whole thing. I was like, it's so cheesy, but in like the perfect wrestling way.
Yeah, well, and all these guys have reasons to be doing this. Right.
Now it's obviously not the last time we see Jimmy, but I loved it. I loved it was LA Knight running off with them. Like they're still at least sticking with them, being able to put their differences aside to worry about taking out the Vision. And it's just a good time. It's a good time. I still hate that they put their differences aside, but you know what? It gave us a good moment like tonight. So, got to take the good with the bad, I guess.
Well, I'm fine as long as I don't have to see any of them wrestle each other again.
With that being said, for fuck's sake. All right, guys. A great match was ruined by TKO on this day. Gunther versus Dragon, and I won't say it was a great match. It was a good match. So Gunther,
it's my match of the night. I like it better than the match that's probably going to be your match of the night, given the thumbnail.
Maybe.
I like this match a lot.
So, Gunther versus Dragon Lee. So, Gunther comes out. Like, we had just come back from a commercial break. We had the backstage section. And as soon as the backstage section was over, Gunther versus Dragon Lee. Gunther comes out. During his entrance, Dragon Lee jumps Gunther from behind. They get into the ring. They start to spill out of the ring almost immediately. We're talking like it was like only 5 minutes since we had come back from the commercial break, and we're going right back into a commercial break. And like it felt like immediately. And I was like,
they did the same thing during the Intercontinental title match.
And I was like, well, this is Oh, we're not done. I was like, well, this is fucking bullshit. I was like, we just started the fucking match. So we're sitting there.
3 commercials. 3 commercial breaks during this match.
We're sitting there. They come back, and guys, I kid you not, I timed it easily because I had posted on Twitter immediately my displeasure of the first commercial break. 5 minutes later, exactly 5 minutes later, they go back to another commercial break. We don't even get a full, it's not even like, dude, 10 minutes. 10 minutes of wrestling. That's all I need. You can end the match and then go to commercial break, but you can't even do that.
No, because they're plugging other things in between the matches.
So we go back to a commercial break, which, to be fair, that one segment from commercial break to commercial break was just fucking terrible, because all it was basically one long fucking headlock and Gunther trying to take fucking dude's mask off. Like, that's all it was, from one commercial break to another. And I was like, man, this sucks. They're probably doing all the good shit during the commercial breaks.
Once you get past that, it's a lot better.
So then we come back from that commercial break. Dragon Lee starts getting fucking demolished, which was amazing.
Yeah, he was.
He got powerbombed something fierce twice in the ring.
Uh-huh.
And then he gets tossed out of the ring. He gets powerbombed onto the apron, picked back up, powered bomb onto the announce table, and I'm like, this kid is dead. Like, the table didn't break.
Oh, no. No, it did not.
So he ate all of that table. I'm pretty sure it wasn't supposed to, because somebody comes to stand on it later, and they didn't want it to wobble. But he goes to powerbomb Dragon Lee on the floor, and I was like, oh, this is going to kill him. But Dragon Lee, like, sunset rolls him through it. And then does his finishing move, whatever it's called, outside of the ring.
It's a sliced bread.
That's
all it is.
He goes into the ring. Gunther almost gets counted out, but Gunther makes the 9.999 second jump back into the ring. Some stuff happens in the ring where it looks like Dragon Lee has a prayer, but then Gunther puts him in a sleeper. And as he puts him in the sleeper, he rips off his mask.
Chokes him out. And
he taps out immediately because he's like trying to cover his face. And he's like, he doesn't want to be seen without his mask. So he taps out. Gunther holds the hold for... We need to go back to like overturned decisions, by the way. It's something that has been a missed or forgotten about thing that has happened in wrestling. Now, do I think...
Wrong. They don't do it anymore.
This specific moment needed that? No, but I've noticed a lot of times over the last, 2.5, 3 years since I've been back to watching wrestling. Like, it never happens anymore. Ever.
Yeah, Charles Roberts doesn't come down to the ring and talk to the other referee about what happened, and the other referee.
No, I'm not even talking about that. I just mean, like, when you win the match, you're supposed to release the hold and move on. But they used to overturn decisions if, like, you wouldn't let up.
Well, you have a 5 count, and if they don't do the 5 count, you have no justification for it. Long story short, the referees would actually have to be consistent.
True.
Which is a problem across pretty much all of wrestling right now.
Right. So yeah, it was a good match. I just got to see like 4 minutes of what was probably a good 20-minute match. Minor exaggeration.
Yeah. There was way too much yanking at masks in this entire show.
Yeah, there's a lot of people trying to like demask people, and like you don't need that much all going on at once. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have even had Gunther doing it because it makes sense for the other time that it happens.
I agree.
Because of the story that's going on, so you didn't need it here.
No, it was unnecessary because he was beating the dog shit out of him anyways.
Backstage. Listen, Asuka's yelling at Kairi for something. I don't know what it is. But at some point, AJ Lee shows up, and she's like, Kairi, are you good? Because Asuka had walked off screen. And Kairi is completely unresponsive, and AJ Lee starts, like, waving her hand in front of her face, like, are you there?
and then the best part happened.
All of a sudden, Asuka yells, Kairi! AJ Lee jumps a little bit. And then Kairi walks off screen. It was an amazing moment, minus the whole not having any clue what they were arguing about to start off the thing.
Just Asuka being Asuka.
Well, we know that, but there's got to be something that they're arguing about. I don't like.
It's the overbearing Asian mother.
Right.
It's a trope over there.
I'm gonna keep my comments to myself. We get an in-ring segment. Come back from commercial break. AJ Lee comes out. She didn't believe that she could still do it, and the fans did though. And she's like, "Oh, thank you guys for sticking behind me, doing the pandering thing." Look, dude, she's married to Punk. I expect nothing less.
She's a baby face. Baby faces are panderers. Right. They want to be liked. That's what makes them dumb.
She's like, now that Becky Boo Boo's behind me, WrestleMania is ahead of me, but I'm a fighting champ, so I've been waiting this long to become champ again. So as I stated a couple weeks ago, there's tons of women in the back that want to get their hands on me, and then she's basically like, "Ladies, come at." She basically said, "Come at me, bro."
It's gonna be a giant fucking multi-woman match.
Yeah, it is. No one came out. They should have just had someone fucking come out here. Like, I didn't need the extra added bullshit
Well, you
backstage.
didn't get the extra. You didn't get the extra segments.
What extra segments?
Well, I guess the Rhea one didn't really include something like that, even though it had EO in it, who was also in.
I got all
segment.
of those. I'm saying I didn't need all that shit.
No,
I just like somebody should have just came out, set up a fucking match for next week on Raw. She wants to be a fighting champion. Cool. Let's start next fucking week.
Right. Do an eliminator. That seems to be something they love to do.
No. Just have somebody come the fuck out. Like, hey, you're offering a challenge? Okay.
Like the US title.
Yeah. Except
I would be mad at that.
Except it's not a, hey, let's do it now. It's, okay, you want a challenge? I'm going to cut next week, you and me. Okay. Like, that's all you need to do. It doesn't need to be a full-on open challenge where it's like, I'm waiting in the ring. Who's it going to be?
They're too busy setting up moments so people can stand in a ring and point at a sign.
Yeah, well, I'm all out of time for fucking moments. Let's get something else going. Because it's stupid.
That's what they think people want, is just moments. Entrances and moments. Wrestling doesn't matter on this wrestling show.
We get a backstage earlier, and original El Grande approaches Penta. And by the way, this might be the first time I've ever seen Penta wear his mask without makeup on underneath, because I was like, who the fuck is that? I was confused. I was like, something's not right.
The mask didn't give it away for you?
No, I knew who it was. I'm saying
just having the white parts threw you off.
Having the normal face behind it. Usually it's all painted like a skeleton with the black eyes, but no, it was just a normal fucking face, and I was like, all right. So you and Dragon Lee are the same person, cool.
That's mean.
They
are brothers, though.
And then, I'm sorry. I didn't even finish the segment. I was going to move on to the next part. Basically, it was original El Grande wanting Penta. By the way, speaking the worst fake Spanish ever. It was terrible.
Yeah, he spoke mostly English.
I know. Well, that's the charm of this gimmick, though, is him trying to pretend to be Hispanic, and he's not good at it.
It's bad because we love it here in the States, and they hate it in AAA. They like the other guy better.
Well, that's because Kaiser knows how to speak Spanish, so they love that because he's able to portray that role more. But that's what I love about it, is how bad Chad Gable is at it. So like,
yeah, well, and he's from the Gulf of America, so he's actually, yeah,
it's fucking hilarious.
He's more the parody than the other guy who is parodying him.
Right.
It's crazy.
So yeah, basically, original El Grande wants a match after Penta wins the title. He's like, hey, I just want first shot. And El Grande's like, all right, cool. Or not El Grande. I'm sorry.
Penta's like, you got it, man.
All right, cool. Whatever.
Zero fear.
So he bounces, and then the current El Grande comes in with Rayo and Bravo. And basically, they just wanted to sit there and talk shit to him. And yeah. Original said that original El Grande was like, I'll see one of you in the ring later tonight, which is where we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Pierce, and I don't care which one I get tonight.
Right. We go to commercial break. We come back. We get a Liv promo video that was actually pretty good.
It's bad because we've suffered through so much bad Liv since she's come back that even this, while much better, I was just like, I just want the match to be over. I think the match will be really good, but I'm done with Liv talking.
I guess we missed last Raw because we talked about at Elimination Chamber. Like, I guess Liv is going after Stephanie. So I didn't watch Raw, so I didn't know that she had slapped girl and was like, basically, okay, I'm picking you.
Yep.
Who's that Pokemon?
Who's that Pokemon? Da-na-na.
So yeah, I liked the Liv promo. pretty nice. Match 2, which is my match of the night. El Grande Americano versus Rayo Americano. And I'm not kidding. This is absolutely my match of the night. It is the most ridiculous thing in the entire show.
I forgot this match existed.
And it was, dude, Chad Gable has this presence about him as El Grande that is so goofy. Like,
well, that's what he got the gimmick over in the first place.
He sends Rayo into the ropes, and Rayo grabs the ropes so that he doesn't run back. But El Grande does this thing where he does this like double back kick, but then he lands and kind of just keeps his back towards him and just kind of turns his head a little bit like, hey, ole. And dude, loved this match.
It was a good match. It was. I think I still like the Gunther match better just because of how much he beat him up. But this was a good match. I forgot it existed.
There's parts where Chad's on the outside of the ring and he's doing a salsa. Just stupid, goofy shit. I
love that he does his stupid Chad Gable taunt, and instead of saying thank you, he's like, gracias.
Right.
It's so cheesy.
Kurt El Grande tries to get involved, headbutts him and whatnot. Everybody does a bunch of headbutts. He kicks out, though. Rayo attempts at that point to unmask Grande, but is unable to. El Grande wins with his roll-through German suplex, which is a fantastic move.
It really is.
He's been doing it for so long as well.
Yeah, he's smooth with it, and it doesn't even have to be just a tiny guy.
I've seen him do it to Otis.
He's so jacked for being that short. It don't matter. He's insanely strong.
We get a vignette. Penta's coming for the IC title tonight, which I had no clue this match was happening tonight. I don't know if I missed it announced at the beginning of the show or what, but I was just fucking.
Yeah, it's been announced. I like these segments where they're standing in like the empty building, but like by the entrance, because that's what was going on in the background. Is his just entrance uninterrupted so he could talk.
Right.
There was another one later where Punk is sitting down like he's about to do the pipe bomb promo,
which was so weird.
It was weird, but I don't know. I strangely liked it.
It didn't lead to anything. Like I don't know what the point of it was.
It was just like a segue to a commercial or something.
Right. Backstage, Liv is trying to talk Raquel into going for the women's IC title. Finn comes in, looks a little bummed. In the process, it was Dom talking to JD, and Finn walks in and they're like, "Hey man, sorry, that you lost." And he's like, "No, we're good." He's like, and they're like, "So you guys are going to be there for me tonight, to make sure that I win?" And Finn looks at him and he's like, "You said you wanted to do this on your own, so you're going to have to do it on your own. I'll be there to help celebrate with you." He's like,
yeah, that's what I mean. Are you going to be out there to celebrate with me after I win?
Right.
He's like, "Of course, I got you, brother."
And then that was the end of that. In-ring segment, Rusev comes out of the crowd and jumps up on top of this table because the announcers were in the process of talking about Oba Femi and what he did on SmackDown. And he's like, "I'm tired of hearing about Oba. I want to fight, and I know he wants a fight, and I want it now." And Oba comes out. 3 commercial breaks later, Oba finally gets to the ring. And
he had to do this stupid shuffle. I hate that fucking shuffle. I hate it.
It's the only thing I hate about this guy. Like his presence, his mic skills. He's good in the ring. That walk.
But that walk has to go.
The walk.
I hate it. I hate it.
Terrible, but people love it, dude. You'll see people on in the crowd doing the shuffle in their seats, and I'm just like, "Oh, dude, I hate it." Just get to the ring.
Yeah, I do not fucking like it at all. No bueno.
Oba said, "You spent all that time talking. How about you come in here and make something happen?" And Rusev comes in, and Oba makes short work of him. Dude, I love Oba's chokeslam. Like it's not even like
it's like Ron Simmons' Spinebuster.
It's a mixture of like an actual chokeslam and the Spinebuster. He picks them up for the chokeslam and then tosses them kind of in the air, and on their way down, he grabs them by their chest and slams them down.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's a beast fucking way to do that. And there's not many people that'd be able to pull that off. He's a big fucking dude.
Yeah, he is.
He made short work of Rusev. I'm pretty sure we're going to end up getting that match at fucking Mania. I hope.
I hope not.
I hope it's Oba and Lesnar, if I'm being honest, and I want to see Oba fucking demolish Lesnar.
I would be for it.
Backstage, Bailey says she feels stuck in place. She's talking to Lyra, and Lyra's like, "Well, I can't just sit back and watch you miss Mania again," which I forgot that happened last year. Thanks for bringing that up. You know, I already had I got over the sour feelings of the bullshit from last year, and now you brought them back. Thank you, Lyra.
Yeah, you literally reminded me of the inadequacies of that show. Thank you.
And she's like, "So why can't the new IC challenger be you?" And Becky's like, "Well, you know what? I accidentally screwed you out of a shot against Becky. Why don't you come with me?" And she's like, "Are you sure?" And she's like, "Yeah." And we're gonna end up with a huge multi-woman match, and these two are gonna beat the fuck out of each other, but they're gonna remain friends because it is what it is. Or they're gonna accidentally screw each other over trying to help each other. Like, that's how this shit goes.
It's idiotic, but I could see it.
They go to walk to the office, which apparently they were just talking 5 feet away from fucking Pierce's office because that's convenient. And as they approach Pierce's office, Io Sky walks out and stares at him and then walks down the hallway. And I was like, oh, fuck. Do I really want Io versus AJ Lee right now?
It's going to be every other woman that's not in a main event. That's like a mid to top star. It's going to be every one of them. It's going to be like a 10-person fucking scramble match or something stupid.
And then we start match 3. Jimmy Uso versus Austin Theory. And dude, I'm so glad this ended as quick as it did. I'm even happy it ended the way that it did just so it stopped. I was not enjoying this match at all. And look, it's probably because it's Theory. I just don't care.
I'd say you got to like Big Jim.
No, I like Jimmy. Jimmy's my favorite fucking member in that family at this point.
I agree. I don't like the man who's 4 letters, 1 word.
Okay. He's my favorite member in that family that is like active on the roster, wrestling, whatnot. I just...
You mean no Roman?
Dude, I can't stand Roman. He comes back once every 3 months to come in, wrestle, and leave. I love
Punk's comment. I got to carry your ass for 7 more weeks. We'll get there though.
Anyways, Logan Paul interferes pretty quickly into the match. I put in, honestly, it's probably for the best. It wasn't all that entertaining.
No, you know what annoyed me most of this match? Like, dude was in the ring, clearly interfering, and the referee didn't call the bell, didn't do anything. He's just sitting there like, what's going on?
Well, he can't call the bell until Logan actually hits somebody. That's why he didn't call the bell.
His presence in the ring is a distraction enough to fucking make a call.
To you and I, but it's never been like that in wrestling.
And well, it used to be, but it's just idiotic.
So yeah. The best part of all this, though. So Jey Uso's music hits, and so they're like looking towards the ramp to see what's going on. It's your traditional villains being stupid. Jay pops up, peering over the fucking over the mat, and he gets Jimmy's attention, and he tosses in a crutch to him, and then he slides in and hits one of them way too quickly because Jimmy didn't have time to get up and get ready for this. And then he took out the other guy. And this is going to be our probable mania, like not main event. Dear God, if this is the main event, I quit. It's probably going to be a match at Mania, though. And I don't want it because I don't care about the Vision versus the Usos for the tag. I don't care. I don't care because I don't care about the Vision where they're at.
So what are they doing though? Because they've got like 4 or 5 different matches set up for the Vision. Like they're making it seem like right now it's going to be Paul versus Rollins. Is not Bronson Reed? I know he ain't making it back. Is Braun Breaker going to make it back in time for Mania? And that's what we're going to get. And then the Usos will fight Theory and Paul. You think?
I think that's what they're hoping for.
I don't mind the Seth versus Breaker thing, but I don't want to see.
Dude,
I don't want the possibility of Paul and Theory winning the tag titles.
I love what happens later tonight, but it absolutely ruins what I was hoping was going to be the Usos versus the fucking Lucha Bros. Like, I don't.
Right.
That
Yeah, you're totally not getting that now.
that is a much better match than this fucking tag match that we're going to get. Stop putting Austin Theory in my view. He's
Put him in NXT.
He's
so
yes.
He can learn how to actually do things.
Or send him to fucking Evolve. Like, start there.
Well, that's where he came. That's where he came from.
No, he didn't.
Evolve is where he came from.
Evolve didn't exist when he first came up.
It was an indie. Yes, it did.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, it didn't exist to me, so I don't care. Send him back.
Return that investment.
Return to sender because this shit's not working.
Gave Sapolsky, or I think it's Sapolsky. Get your boy back.
Yeah, one of my favorite moments of the night, even though you didn't like it. Danhausen shows up to talk to Pierce.
So I watched it back. I watched it a second time, and I did enjoy it a lot better the second time.
He shows up. He does awkward so fucking well. And the comedic timing is on point. And Danhausen shows up. And he's like, I've got a list of demands. I want a blimp, a personal camera, a Hall of Fame induction.
Demandhausen.
He's like, I also want my own personal photo with Triple H pointing to people, pointing to me. Pierce is like, why is the paper wet? And he's like,
I dropped it in the toilet.
I dropped it in the toilet. And Pierce like drops the paper, throws his hands up in the air like fucking Christ.
He's like, I need a drink.
And
like, have you met the Judgment Day?
Judgment Day shows up. He's like, yeah, have you met the Judgment Day? And he's like, oh yeah, you're Dom. You're Finn Balor. He's like, and JD's like, I just met the guy and I already hate him. And then Dom at that point is like, stay out of our way if you don't want to get your ass beat. And that's when he's like,
you should get out of here before something bad happens.
And he's like, you're cursed. And he does his little point. And at that point, I knew who was winning the title match.
Right? Samesies.
Thanks for giving it away, Danhausen. I was happy to hear the indie crowd cheer for him when he showed up on screen too.
Yes, I will say the indie crowd was so much better than the Chicago crowd.
Yeah, fuck you, Chicago. Like, what are? And I don't even mean just for the Danhausen thing. Dude, the crowd sucked for that whole pay-per-view. The whole.
I blame
thing.
AEW. They've burnt that fucking market out.
Oh, it was terrible. But
Yeah,
and Chicago's
that market the fuck out.
Chicago has had like the worst crowd for like the last 3 times AEW shows up, and they still fucking go. And I'm like, give them a couple years to have a break from all of you. Like,
well, that's what he's from Chicago. He's from Illinois, so he just keeps going back. It's like a homecoming for him.
Well, fucking tired of it.
I don't disagree.
In-ring segment, Rhea and Io come out. I could care less about this whole fucking thing.
Boy, me too. I did not care.
Rhea's bummed about losing the tag titles, called Io her best friend, thanks Io for being a great Finn. Io says you did the same for me. You pulled me out of a dark spot, blah, blah, blah. Io's like, I'll be fine on Raw. You go win the women's title at Mania. And Rhea's like, I'm going to be there at Smackdown, Jade. And I'm like, I don't care.
It's a good thing I don't watch Smackdown.
Match 4 was almost my match of the night. It almost took over because it was a good match, but
I thought it was sloppy.
It's our Intercontinental Championship, Dominic Mysterio versus Penta. Listen, it's as good as a match as we're gonna ever get out of Dominic. All right.
I don't disagree with that, sadly.
And
it totally was all Dom too. Like I know Penta can work.
So we get also another problem is this is like the 3rd time we've seen this fucking match.
Yeah, that doesn't help the situation. You're right.
But like Dom towards the end of the match, he asks for the guys to get him the bell hammer because they were ringside, and JD gets up and he goes and gets it, and Balor stops him. And he's like, "Dude, he said he wanted to do it himself. Like, we're not going to do this." He's like, he asked for the bell hammer. He's like, no, he wanted to do all this himself. Don't interfere. Let him do it. And at that point, Penta comes up to do something. Dom hits him, drop toe holds him into the ropes. He's about to hit the 619. Penta moves, hits him with his destroyer. and gets the 1-2-3. And you know what my favorite part of this match is? Funny enough, isn't anything that happened in the match itself. I am a fan of how they filmed, and I hope it's a moving forward, it's how they're going to do this, but how they actually filmed the celebration from a different side of the ring so that the stage was behind Penta and they were able to shoot off fireworks and get a really good pose out of it.
Well, yeah, and use that big ass LED sign that you make every fucking entrance area now to say, and new Intercontinental Champion.
Like, I hope this is a permanent thing moving forward. Every single time there's a title change, stop looking at the hard cam, look away from the fucking stage. Like, you just get such a better image with the fireworks and shit.
I agree. It makes it seem important.
Yeah. I love it. In fact, if it costs more money for that and you got to get rid of those stupid ass, like, 4D cameras that you film the beginning of every title match for that doesn't fucking matter.
Or just stop doing the AR stupid things that don't mean a damn thing.
No, they don't do those very often anymore.
I know, thank God.
The only thing that
the Kevin Dunn thing, I hated those things.
The only thing we get now that I don't like that every wrestler and every group has like their own entrance tag. That's like all special.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe that's a nitpicky thing for me. I do like the old traditional, just regular nameplate that used to pop up on the screen that represented the show you were watching. But now everybody's got their own special design for their logo, and I'm like, I don't like it.
I like the old Smackdown ones where they would give you like a fact on the wrestler too, like this is this person was the Intercontinental Champion the last time during this reign. Da 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 da.
Right.
But then again, I'm, a nerd like that, and I think that things are fascinating.
Well, AEW does it. They have the stupid little factoid at the top of their name tags. It's usually like,
yep. So yeah, and I like that.
Yeah, it's fun. And then we get the best part of the whole fucking night, dude.
Yeah, this was a one segment show, much like the last time these two got together.
So Roman Reigns comes out and he asks Indy to acknowledge him. And immediately Punk's music hits. He comes out and he's like, you better be more than that because this could have been a tweet. He was like, and at that point, Reigns was like, oh, did you think my tweet was rough? And he's like,
kind of thin skin for the champion.
And Punk's like, you think I give a shit what anyone tweets about me or negative? He's like, no. He's like, you're right, though. I am tired. Because for the next several weeks, I got to carry your shit.
He's like, I got to carry your ass for 7 more weeks.
And Punk says, we have history in Indy. This is where the Shield debuted. It's where I brought you to the dance. And Roman's like, no, you brought the other two. You didn't bring me. And Punk's like, yeah, maybe I didn't pick you. He's like, but I do know I'm in your head. I can see right through you. You've got translucent skin. Roman's like, you know what? You're right. I do hate you. He's like, the thing is, though, if you didn't have the title, I wouldn't even care about you. He was like, dude, he was like, you were brought back to entertain the 30 to 40-year-old virgins or to sell some shirts or to just draw in Chicago, but not to be a champ. He was like, that's too high above your pay grade. He's like, you're a liar and all these people believe you. And, dude, I loved it. And Roman says, you're not happy. You're backstage bitching and moaning. He's like, my cousins can't wait to tell me about it when I come into the building. And he was like, the first thing I'll do as champ is send you down to NXT, or he says set you up for your retirement tour, and then send you down to NXT for so that you could train the up and comers. He's like, so that when they get to the main,
send up to me for me to beat down too.
For me to beat down, dude. Whoever put his promo together, or if he did it himself, listen, it was excellent.
Yeah, they both were on point. I saw a lot of people who thought Roman out promoted Punk.
Well,
I disagree, but
I will say at first I thought the same thing at this next point. So Roman goes to leave, and then Punk grabbed him by his arm. He's like, no, you said a bunch of shit, and now we got to talk about it. And the first, pretty much everything he says at this point, I disliked until the very end. It was just this is my show. I run things here. Yes, I'm in the locker room hanging out with your family, but that's because you can't do things, but you can't get anything done by yourself. He's like, I don't care if you hate me, but you're not going to disrespect me. And at that point, he's like, you made the list. He's like, and you went from getting beat at Mania, and now I'm going to have to bury you next to your father. At that point, I was like, that's fucked up. Everything else leading up to that, in between those segments, or in between that little section there, though, I was just like, come on, Punk, this is the same shit you already said.
I mean, Roman's saying the same shit too, but I understand that was the weakest part of Phil's thing until he said, I'm going to bury you, and I'm going to bury you next to your dead father.
And dude, these two are going to really carry the storyline.
Oh, they're going to carry they're going to carry all the build for the WrestleMania. Like we were talking
and
before.
And then the match is going to suck.
The match is going to be terrible. But I hope not. I hope the match is at least decent, but I don't have any high hopes either. But the build is going to be all them.
If we were able to get this type of segment 10 to 15 years ago, I'd look more forward to their match. I like Punk, and he can hang in the ring as long as he's got somebody that can dance with him. He can't
carry a match like he did.
Yeah, he can't carry a match, especially
he's older, man. I mean, that's Father Time's undefeated.
And Roman's just not entertaining. He's just not. He hasn't been.
He's a 4-move of doom guy, and that's it.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough match, but this build is going to be so fucking good.
Yep.
I look forward to every time. The next, I think there's only going to be like 2 more times Roman probably shows up before Mania anyways.
No, he's going to be on a lot of the shows. He's only going to miss like 2 Raws between now and then.
I hope.
No, SRS kind of confirmed it. Well, if his information is correct.
Right. I actually fully enjoyed the show though. I think the only things
it was an easy watch.
The only things I didn't like were what felt like the insane amount of commercials at the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. And then just parts of different segments. Like I said, I liked the opening segment until Austin Theory got involved. AJ Lee's thing in her ring was fine. I just wish somebody would have came out. So that one's one I feel like there wasn't enough done.
No, there's no build to that yet, so it's kind of just aimless. And the parts that they booked around it aren't good enough because there's no clear path yet.
And then the Rhea thing was stupid, and
I could care less.
I didn't care about that. Outside of all that, though, everything else was fine.
Yeah, it was an easy watch. Nothing really exemplary until the end promo segment. I would say that's probably pretty exemplary. But like,
I don't know. The ambulance section was pretty exemplary. Listen, that tugged all the fucking heartstrings.
That was some good fun. The Danhausen thing on a rewatch was good fun. The Danhausen thing made me mad in the moment because I want more for him to do.
Oh, dude!
And I'm hoping we're gonna get it.
He'll get at most.
I hope he tortures Adam Pearce every week.
Listen, what I think is going to happen. I think he is going to be the quote unquote cause of the breakup of Judgment Day.
Nice. I'm here for it.
Because I think he's going to keep cursing them. And it's going to cause them to mess up. Like, I do think that's where that's going to go. Now, obviously, we know the cursing thing. It's a joke. It's always
it's a gimmick.
Yeah,
it's part of his gimmick.
But it works because usually,
especially if things keep happening.
Right. So what I'm hoping
it'll start gaining legitimacy.
What's funny is I've already seen a couple of people on Twitter already change their tune and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Danhausen's amazing." Like,
I hope so. I hope the narrative is flipping.
The
indie crowd tried.
I personally, and I know it wasn't for everybody, I get that, But I personally loved how they introduced Danhausen. I thought it was funny.
I liked his music. Nothing was. I didn't think anything was wrong with it until the very end.
Yeah, I didn't like the lights going black and then coming back up and him being gone. Like
Just
I thought
the
that
little
was silly.
poof of pyro, and then
The poof of pyro was
little...
funny. If you go back and watch, that's how it starts his entrance too. Because the poof of pyro.
No, that's fine, but then the lights immediately go out.
Right.
So it doesn't get to linger there awkwardly. Like you said, he's the king of awkward.
And I just, the Chicago crowd did him dirty, dude. They really did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what people were expecting either, because like I knew it was going to be Danhausen going into the show.
People still are stupid and read a bunch of internet people that aren't correct and thought it was going to be Chris Jericho, and it was never going to be Chris Jericho.
No, we had even mentioned when it first happened that it would have been funny if it was Chris Jericho. It would fit right up his alley with the shit that he's been doing the last couple years. But like
the learning tree, that could be the trunk of the learning tree.
Right. But it's
Hi guys.
I don't know. I thought Raw was a pretty decent show tonight. It was definitely better than the fucking Chamber.
It was better than the pay-per-view.
The pay-per-view was a rough one.
Yeah, it was, and it had 2 gimmick matches in it.
Yeah. With that being said, guys, we're done. We love y'all. We'll talk to y'all. Ooh, shit.
Wednesday.
Oh yeah,
for Dynamite.
Because you go out of town next week, don't you? Or is it Saturday?
I leave Saturday.
Okay. We'll see you guys for Dynamite. Deuces.
Later.